were standing by the gym wall in that midnight blue, laughing with your girlfriends, but your eyes found through. I had a wrinkled suit and nerves in my hands, but you smiled like you already knew the plan. You took my arm, said let's not waste this night, and just like that, we were dancing under the lights. Every song felt written just for us, and time stood still in that borrowed tux. And that prom night magic, it hit like a spark, like a country song playing straight from the heart. Twirl of your dress, scent of perfume, two high school kids dreaming under that moon. Didn't know love, but we sure learned fast. Some nights are meant to never last, but I still go back, yeah, I still go back to that prom night magic. We snuck out past curfew, shoes in your hand, ran through the field just laughing, making plans. You whispered forever, I swore it too, but promises fade like the morning dew. By summer's end, you left for some big dream, and I stayed here, still chasing what we'd seen. I see your face in every slow dance song, and wonder if you feel it when you hear one on. That prom night magic, it burned so bright, felt like a fire we could live in for life. Twirl of your dress, scent of perfume, two high school kids dreaming under that moon. Didn't know love, but we sure learned fast. Some nights are meant to never last, but I still go back, yeah, I still go back to that prom night magic. I heard you're married now with two little ones. I raise my glass when your hometown stories run, 'cause what we had was a fleeting kind of gold, the kind you never trade, even when you're old. Last Friday night, the school held a reunion dance. I stood by that gym wall, lost in a glance. Another girl smiled, said, wanna give it a whirl. And just for a moment, I gave it a twirl. But that prom night magic still haunts my soul, like a vinyl crackling out of control. Twirl of your dress, scent of perfume, two high school hearts lit up by the moon. Didn't know love, but we sure felt it crash. Some dreams are meant to never come back. I still go back, yeah, I still go back to that prom night magic. One night, one song, one kiss too real. Some dances never lose how they feel. I still go back, yeah, I still go back to that prom night magic. Met you on a Friday night, small town fair. Cotton candy smile, wind in your hair. You laughed at my old truck, said it had charm. Slipped your hand in mine like it belonged in my palm. We snuck out past curfew, hearts running wild. Played love like fire, just two reckless kids in denial. Your daddy called me trouble, said I'd never be enough. But we called it fate, and we called it love. We knew the odds were stacked, but we just didn't care. 'Cause when you looked at me, it was like no one else was there. We didn't need their blessing to feel what we felt. Didn't need a green light to run like hell. They called it young, they called it wrong, but girl, we made it right all night long. They couldn't see the truth we knew, but I'd have crossed the world for you. We didn't need their blessing, just your hand in mine and a heart worth confessing. You cried on the porch when he slammed that door. Told me you love me like never before. We dreamed of a cabin far from their reach, a place where love was louder than the things they preached. But pressure's heavy when you're young and torn between a boy with a dream and the place you were born. You wore his warnings like chains on your skin till you stopped sneaking out and stopped letting me in. And I knew I was losing you when your calls came late, your silence louder than the fights we used to hate. We didn't need their blessing to feel what we felt, but love don't always win when you're fighting by yourself. They called it dumb, they called it fake, but I saw forever in each risk we take. They couldn't see the truth we knew, but it slipped away right out of you. We didn't need their blessing, but maybe we needed more than just confessing. Now you're wearing white in a church downtown, not my name not the vows we found, but I'll still raise a glass to the love we knew. Even if your daddy finally smiled at someone new. I drove past your house just the other night. Your mama's flowers bloomed in the porch light. I whispered I loved you to my rearview glass, and let go of the ghost of our reckless past. We didn't need their blessing to fall like we did. Didn't need approval to feel like a kid. They called it wrong, but it was real, and you were the only thing I'd ever feel. Maybe love just comes to teach, even if it slips out of reach. We didn't need their blessing, but maybe we needed time and a little more resting. No regrets, just a truth I still believe. We didn't need their blessing, but damn, it would have been nice to breathe. You wore that sundress, the one with the lace. Your boots kicked up dust in that moonlit place. We snuck off laughing, hearts beating fast. The world disappeared when I held your hand. We knew Daddy wouldn't take it too kind, but love like that don't stop on a dime. We were just kids, stealing moments from time, caught up in young love, sweet and blind. You leaned in close, I lost all guard, till that flashlight hit us behind the barn. He yelled your name, I let go too soon. Watched you walk off beneath that harvest moon. I still taste the night in the air so warm, from when we got caught kissing behind the barn. I heard you moved on to some college town, married a banker, settled way down. But sometimes I see you in county fair lights and wonder if you remember that night. Your daddy's long gone, that barn's caved in, but that memory lives underneath my skin. We were just kids, stealing moments from time, caught up in young love, sweet and blind. the night and the air so warm from when we got caught kissing behind the barn. Ain't it funny how one small kiss can haunt a heart like this? You were the fire, the spark, the start of every love song in this guitar. Now I sit out back with a drink in my hand, watching my own kids chase through the land. And I smile when they think they're hiding away. I've been that boy on that same day. They're just kids stealing moments from time, caught up in young love, sweet and blind. He'll lean in close, lose all his guard, like I did that night behind the barn. No angry dad, just a quiet grin, 'cause I know where that boy's been. The world spins fast, but hearts stay warm from memories made kissing behind the barn. Yeah, some love fades and some leaves a scar, but I still feel yours behind the barn. We were parked out by the county line, tailgate down, stars in your eyes. You laughed at something I barely said. My heart beat louder than the words I left unsaid. You leaned in close with your sweet perfume, and I swear the world just faded from view. I knew right then, but I bit my tongue, scared you'd run if I jumped the gun. It wasn't perfect, I was shaking, but some moments are worth the breaking. When I first said I love you, I held my breath, waiting on the truth. Would you smile, would you cry, would you run away too? But you just whispered, I love you too. And everything changed right there on that night, under a full moon, in your soft porch light. I gave you my heart with a kiss and a view. When I first said I love you, weeks went by, we were thick as thieves, talking about futures and shared old dreams. You wore my flannel, I wore your smile, thought we'd be riding forever in miles. But hearts grow wild and time runs fast, and not every fire's built to last. last you packed your bags one rainy fall, left me staring at that porch light wall. Now I replay that night like a movie, every word, every move so damn heavy. When I first said I love you, I never thought I could ever lose what felt so strong in that moment of truth. But you just whispered, I love you too. And maybe you meant it, maybe you lied, but I'd still choose that risk every time, 'cause you held my heart and I saw it through. When I first said I love you, I don't regret what we couldn't keep. Some love just burns too bright to sleep. You taught me how to feel, not fear, even if you're not still here. Now I sit here with this worn guitar, playing that night under faded stars. I still smile when I hit that line where you were mine just for a time. When I first said I love you, I didn't know what that heartache would do, but I'd still go back, still follow through, just to hear you whisper, I love you too. Even if we were bound to break, some words are worth the hearts they take. And I'll never forget what I gave to you when I first said I love you. Yeah, I'll never forget what I gave to you when I first said I love you. I was 16 in a Letterman jacket, and too shy to talk, but man, she had it. That summer sun in her auburn hair, she sat 2 rows up in Mr. Ware's. Wore cherry lip gloss, smelled like spring. My heart raced every time she'd sing. I'd fake a laugh just to make her smile. God, I'd have walked 100 miles. She was my first Friday night, tailgate dreams and porch light eyes, talking about forever in the back of my mind. But I never told her, I just ran out of time. She was sparks and butterflies, my innocent, sweet teenage high. I didn't know it then, but I do now. She was love before I knew how. She danced barefoot at the county fair. I swore that moment hung in the air. We carved our names in the old school apple pine, but I never asked her to be mine. She waved goodbye that June parade, then life stepped in and swept her away. I still replay it late at night, those words I never got to write. She was my first Friday night, tailgate dreams and porch light eyes, talking about forever in the back of my mind, but I never told her, I just ran out of time. She was sparks and butterflies, my innocent, sweet teenage high. I didn't know it then, but I do now. She was love before I knew how. I saw her once, 10 years gone, with a little boy and a wedding band on. I smiled and said, hey, long time. She laughed and said, you crossed my mind, and that was it. But it felt like a song, like something right that had moved on. Now my daughter's 15, heart on her sleeve, crushing hard like I used to be. I tell her, don't wait to say what's true. Some loves you only get one chance to choose. She was my first Friday night, tailgate dreams and porch light eyes, talking about forever in the back of my mind, but I never told her, I just ran out of time. She was sparks and butterflies, my innocent, sweet teenage high. I didn't know it then, but I do now. She was love before I knew how. Yeah, she was love before I knew how. She was my first Friday night. I parked 2 blocks from your daddy's place, killed the lights just to play it safe. You slipped out in your old blue jeans, tiptoed barefoot through the evergreens. We met where the fence line bends, hearts racing like we'd sinned. Didn't care what the neighbor'd say, as long as I could steal you away. 'Cause midnight kept our secret, wrapped in stars, we believed it. Every kiss lit the world on fire. In the dark we fed desire. We knew it couldn't last forever, but we swore we'd run whenever the moon called us out again, like rebels chasing wind. Oh, midnight kept our secret back then. We talked till dawn in my old Ford, make dreams on that dash we couldn't afford. Your head on my chest, you'd hum along to every slow burning country song. We weren't made for rules or plans, just hearts too young to understand. And we'd laugh like the world was ours, living loud beneath the quiet stars. 'Cause midnight kept our secret wrapped in stars. We believed it. Every kiss lit the world on fire. In the dark we fed desire. We knew it couldn't last forever, but we swore we'd run whenever the moon called us out again, like rebels chasing wind. Oh, midnight kept our secret back then. Now you're a memory in a wedding dress, and I'm still chasing what we left. Some love's too wild to tame or stay, but I still drive by that old Escape. Last night I stopped where we used to meet. The fence still leans like it misses your feet. The grass has grown, the whispers fade, but I swear I heard your name. Yeah, midnight knew our secret, and time just won't delete it. Every kiss still burns in me like firewood in memory. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but I'd go back in a heartbeat. Never let you slip into the dark with just a piece of my heart. Oh, midnight kept our secret, and it still keeps my scar. You were mine where shadows fall, still the best lie ever told them all. You sat 2 rows over in Mrs. Green's class, twirling your hair while time just passed. I had a pencil, a restless hand. I wrote down, hey, do you want to hold hands? Slid that note when the teacher turned. My heart was racing like the pages burned. You smiled so shy, wrote back in pink ink, meet me by the lockers, what you think? We were passing notes like hearts on fire. Fell in love between math and choir, drawing hearts in the margins, dreaming big. 2 kids thinking this is it, but folded corners fade with time, and not all love survives the climb. Still I keep one in a box marked start. Folded corners and a broken heart. Friday nights we snuck through cornfield rows. You wore my jacket to the homecoming show. But after high school we grew apart. Your dreams were Broadway, mine was working parts. Heard you left town in a cloud of dust, and all I had left was the two of us, and one last note that read, "Don't forget me," in cursive letters that still wreck me. We were passing notes like hearts on fire, fell in love between math and choir, drawing hearts in the margins, dreaming big. Two kids thinking this is it, but folded corners fade with time, and not all love survives the climb. Still I keep one in a box marked start. Folded corners and a broken heart. Sometimes I wonder if you think of me and that old desk where love came free. I'd give the world to turn back the page to when yes or no meant everything. Saw your name last week in the hometown news. Married now with a baby due. I smiled soft, then looked away, but part of me still wants to say, we were passing notes like hearts on fire, caught between chalkboards and wild desire, drawing hearts in the margins, dreaming big, back when forever fit on a folded slip. Now life's moved on and so have you, but I still reread those words we knew. You're the first tear in this work of art. Folded corners and a broken heart. Yeah, I still keep that note in a drawer, proof that love once knocked at my door. Folded corners aged by time, but the words still rhyme. I found them by mistake, just looking for a map, tucked in an old envelope, folded in the back. Your handwriting cursive was soft like your tone, each word hit harder. Now that I'm alone, I was driving blind, couldn't see the signs, while your heart was leaving notes between the lines. Love letters in the glove box, pages worn and torn. You were begging me to know but I was never sure. You spelled it out in ink, what your voice was too afraid to say. Now I'm reading all your heartbreak, too late to make you stay. Oh darling, I would've held you close if I just read the Glovebox notes. That old red Chevy still smells like your perfume, the one you wore that night beneath the crescent moon. You wrote about forever, and I just let it slide. Now forever's just a ghost that haunts my passenger's side. You poured your soul on paper, hoping I'd respond, but I was too caught up to see what we were on. Love letters in the glove box, pages worn and torn. You were begging me to notice, but I was never sure. You spelled it out in ink, what your voice was too afraid to say. Now I'm reading all your heartbreak, too late to make you stay. Oh darling, I would've held you close if I just read the Glovebox notes. Now I drive with silence, sitting in your seat, rewinding every moment, every word I didn't read. If love had a warning light, I guess I missed the flash. Now I'm stuck with empty pages and a tank full of the past. I left one of your letters on your porch last night. Wrote, I'm sorry I was blind, but I see it all in hindsight. Don't know if you'll read it or just toss it away, but I had to let you know I never meant to let you break. Love letters in the glove box, now they're all I've got. A story of a good thing and a man who lost the plot. You whispered all your truth in a place I never looked. Now the silence screams louder than the words you ever took. Oh darling, I would've held you close if I just read the Glovebox notes. Now the ink's still dry, but the moment's gone, and the Glovebox letters just play the same old song.
It was late May, small town heat. You showed up barefoot down Sycamore Street. A sun-kissed smile and a tank top tan, with a mason jar and a heart full of plants. You were 17, wild and free, with nothing to prove and everything to be. I was working shifts at your daddy's store, but you made me believe I was made for more. We carved our names on that old oak tree, said forever like we knew what it means.
That was a summer you'll never forget. We were fireworks, we were no regrets. Every sunset, every midnight dare, every I love you whispered in the warm night air. We were reckless hearts, just chasing the sky, holding on fast, never asking why. I lost you come September's breath, but that was a summer you'll never forget. Sneaking past curfew down gravel roads, radio low and the windows rolled. You danced in the headlights, I swore I'd stay, but goodbye comes even when you beg it to wait. You cried in my arms at the county line, said promise me you'll write from time to time. And I did for a while, then life moved on, but a part of me still back in that song. We kissed under stars we thought we owned, now chase those memories all along. That was a summer you'll never forget. We were lightning and we hadn't burned out yet. Every promise, every soft slow tune played out under that July moon. We were hearts too young to know what come next, but we loved like we had no regrets. I lost you come September's breath, but that was a summer you'll never forget. I saw your wedding post just last July, a stranger in white by your side, but I wonder when the nights grow long, do you still hum our favorite song? Now I'm older, working 9 to 5, running on coffee and worn out dry, but every once in a blue bonnet haze I go back to those golden days. That was a summer you'll never forget. We were young and wild and drowning in sunset. Every heartbeat, every tear we shed still lives in the words we never said. We were pages burning in fate's own text, a chapter that time still can't correct. I lost you come September's breath, but that was a summer, yeah, that was a summer you'll never forget. Barefoot on Sycamore Street, that's where you'll always be. In the summer you'll never forget. We were 17 in a small town dream, sneaking kisses by the old pine swing. You wore that sundress like the wind wore grace. I swore I saw forever in your face. Didn't know much, but I knew your laugh could pull me back from any path. We were just kids chasing midnight stars, didn't realize we'd gone too far. It started out as truth or dare, then turned into a love affair. We thought the world would bend for us, we didn't know how strong love was. Innocent hearts, serious feelings, fell too fast
sometimes it breaks like only young love can. You said you'd wait, but the silence grew. Distance made a stranger out of you. I kept your picture in my truck's sunshade, still hear your laugh in a midnight parade. I called once drunk from a neon bar, left my heart in a voicemail jar. We never got our second chance, but I still remember our first dance. It started out with fire and light, burned too fast to make it right. We thought we'd last, we swore we would, but even good love's not always good. Innocent heart, serious feelings, fell too fast without a ceiling. We didn't mean to write forever in letters carved in old pine leather. We held hands like the world was healing. Innocent heart, serious feelings, but love don't always stick to the plan. Sometimes it breaks like only young love can. Maybe we were never meant to stay, but you're the reason I believe in someday. Some loves teach you how to fly, others teach you how to say goodbye. I drive past that swing sometimes, still hear your voice in the Georgia pines. If you're out there, hope you're doing fine. You were the best, what if that was ever mine? Innocent heart, serious feelings, still the reason I believe in healing. We didn't last, but we were real, more than just a teenage thrill. We burned bright like a July ceiling. Innocent heart, serious feeling. And I'd go back if I only can to hold your hand like a boy, not yet a man. We were young, but don't mistake the meaning. It was innocent hearts with serious feelings.